driven to Bradenton, Florida to a little bead shop called Jennifer Weil Studios. We're so excited. We can't wait to go in. The Delica wall. I'm having a head rush. Oh, wow. Look at these pieces. Oh, this one's beautiful. Oh, I love this one too. Gail, I want those.
Aren't they pretty?
Oh, so beautiful.
I think these are patterns.
I think so too. Oh, look at the sea sediment jasper. I love that. Oh, wow. Look at the shell.
Beautiful. Look at how pretty these are. Oh my goodness. The candy.
Oh my goodness. It's so organized and color coded. This is the Delica wall in the 11-0 size. Oh wow. Gail, the buttons, OMG. There's a whole selection of buttons. 15-0 Miyukis, 11-0 Miyukis. I need a basket too. 6-0, 8-0, so organized.
And so I sell the patterns
That's
for her family.
wonderful.
And I have a couple other designers I work with. And so this is one of Paula Adams' patterns that I made.
Oh,
It's by
Jennifer,
far,
can you put your hand behind
stunning.
it just so,
by
yeah,
far one of
perfect.
the prettiest things I've ever made. It took me about 40 hours to complete, but I love it.
absolutely beautiful.
And there's a pattern for that?
There's a pattern for this.
Is it online?
It is. All of our
Awesome.
patterns are available online. We do a lot of simpler stuff like little triangles with all different kinds of kitty cats and things. This is
This
another
one.
one of Paula Adams' patterns that I made. This one is significantly easier than that one because that one only took me about 12 hours.
I want that one.
I do too.
If you can peyote stitch,
I can peyote
then you
stitch.
can make it. It has a structure, this part where you see that looks like a wedding cake,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually repeated down here.
Oh.
And so it's what's all the fringe is supported by. So it's actually a very long bead.
And it's all beads.
It's all beads. She doesn't use any structures. This one is self-supporting. This one is stuffed with
And
polyfill.
how much is the,
Patterns of hers are normally 12, I
Okay.
think. You can buy them online. They're instantly emailed out.
Okay.
And we also do, like if you go online for the ones I've made, like this one, there is a bead pack that you can buy that will give you everything you need in the colors I've done it in, which are not the colors she did hers in. Hers was more of like Christmas colors, which
is that one a bead pack that you can just
I
get?
can pull all the colors for you and pull it together. I do have a list. Online, you can do it as one-click ordering, and it gets.
Okay, maybe I'll do that when I get home, and then I'll be familiar with your website, because my viewers may ask questions, and then I'll know. And by the way, everybody, this is Jennifer Weil. She owns this shop. Do you want to show us the class and the way people can order online, or the charms?
Well, first, we're known for this.
Okay. I love
The
this.
Delica wall. I actually shot a picture of this when we were still doing Zoom with the pandemic. I had my husband move all the furniture over so I could get it in one shot, and it was my backdrop for all my Zoom calls.
It's gorgeous. It's, I mean,
This is
for
amazing.
for jewelry makers, it gives you a little head rush.
Everybody stands in front of it. And
Yeah.
and we're expanding all the seed beads too. I'm still working on it, but I just added like 80 new colors of Miyuki seed beads.
Awesome.
This is our charm wall. All of those containers in there with the numbers of charms in them. We stock over 4,700 different kinds of charms and accent beads, and we add to that all the time. And then these are our findings on this wall. The elegant elements, but then everything down here is set up so you can kind of see what they are, and they have numbers that correspond so you can shop easier in person. We started doing that for earrings because we found that when we put them in bags, people couldn't tell the subtle differences between like all the silver ear wires. So now you can look at them like that, and you can really see the different ones, and then you can tell the pricing and where they are looking at them.
I love that you have these head pins here in a 2-pack. And
well, those are sterling, so we do the sterling ones in smaller packages.
I know, but you know why? Let me take this off. This is something I'll show you and show everybody. This is an earring that I do on my channel, and it's just on one head pin. Let me see if I can. And so you could just buy 2 sterling silver, make a really beautiful pair of earrings, and I think I'm going to do that while I'm here.
We have some really fancy ones. We even have some of these with stones in them.
I love that.
Little shells.
I love the shell. That's the one that I zeroed in on. So yeah, I love that. So I can get to shopping.
If you were in person and wanting to shop the charm wall, I did make this. This is all of our charms in paper form.
Amazing.
And accent beads.
Okay.
So they're not in any real order, but you can see.
I already want the fish on the top. I did a lamp work bracelet with those
I just added
fish.
the fish.
I'm gonna.
And we have frogs. And we have hearts.
Oh, wow.
And then we also have mermaids and birds.
Oh, I love those donuts.
These are cloisonne. These are ones I just added. But we have tons of bead caps if you're into bead caps.
So everybody can go on your website.
This is all on the website.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, that is
and
wonderful.
on the website we have filtering options. So if you're looking at accent beads, you can filter it. If you're looking at bead caps, you can filter by color. Charms you can filter by color and category. So like if you want animals, you can say I want a silver dolphin. It's pretty easy to find.
Am I allowed to have as many of these baskets to fill as I want?
You are, and if you prefer to shop in trays, we'll get you trays. Because I have some people who like to set up by project. I also say if you are shopping by project, you're more than welcome to put each project in its own basket. When you check out, I will bag them separately so that you can keep track of what's going where.
No, I just think I'm going to add to my stash today, but I do love that ornament, so I'm going to get to shopping. Ciao friends, my name is Joey Balistreri. Welcome to my channel. This is a really special video. I'm so excited to share it with you. I have a really lovely group of friends, and I was privileged to go with one of them on a girls' bead trip. We set out in the car, headed to South Florida. We mapped out all the shops along the way. We ended up staying an extra day because we were having so much fun. My sister-in-law, who is also a very good friend, lives in Venice Beach, so she was our destination and she joined in with the fun. And so we went bead shopping during the day. We saw the sunset on the Venice Beach pier. We made bracelets at night after we were done shopping. And it was just wonderful. We had our coffee on the patio. So I'm going to do a little unboxing and share with you what I purchased. Sometimes when you're shopping in person, you just find the best things that you don't always find online. But almost all the shops had online availability. So as I go through, I will share that with you. And the first one that we went to, and I have to preface this by saying that the ladies that own these shops are amazing. You are so welcome. So they're so happy that you're there. They're so welcoming. And I was interested in getting better at bezeling cabochons. And so the first shop owner, she gifted me this whole thing that she has typed up on how to bezel a cabochon. And so this is my first little bag. I know it's close to the camera, but this was a shop called Jennifer Wiles Studio. I'm going to put the card out here so that you can see. Let me just pull everything out of this bag. Okay. So she this is, I actually ended up with 2 of her cards. Oh, because there's a front and back. So this is Jennifer Wiles Studio. It's in Bradenton, Florida. And she, you'll see, I'll pop up the video and pictures and everything, but you will see that she is really equipped for online ordering. So if you like what you see, this is available to you. And she really specializes in seed beads. She was really proud of her Delica bead wall. And so first up, I just picked up a new pair of pliers, round nose pliers, just because I love the tip of these and I love the beadsmith pliers, and they were only $6, and I'm a jewelry toolaholic, so I picked up a new pair of pliers, and then I just literally added to my stash with seed beads. Let me make a little sense of this here. I just added to my stash of seed beads, but she had a really interesting section in her shop that were vintage beads. I think she said they were from the 1970s, and they had these little stripes in them, and they were just so beautiful. And so Gail and I both got some vintage beads and even some unusual sizes. This one is a 6/0, this one is an 11/0, but she had, let's see, she had even some sizes that are a little bit off the, off the normal seed bead size. So I just added to my seed bead stash a few different colors of 15/0 Miyuki gold seed beads, because I grab for those all the time, and these are so beautiful. These are little tiny 8mm cube beads, and they're just, oh my goodness, I know they're small, but the colors were just amazing in those. And then I love faceted check glass rounds, and she had some beautiful colors in the 6mm check glass rounds, so I got those. And we purchased, she had an entire section for findings, so we purchased some clasps. I gave a couple of these away. Gail got one and my sister-in-law got one, and so we purchased some clasps because we were going to do bracelet patterns at night, so I did get an extra one to come home with me. And then she had all kinds of unusual crimp covers. This is like a fluted crimp cover, so I picked up a little package of those, and I was thrilled to see the button wall because I'm always adding buttons to my collection. So I did get a tiara cast leaf button. I'm thinking as we go into fall, I'll be doing some leaf designs, and then just this beautiful sort of freeform contemporary metal button, and another little brushed gold button with a shank in this gorgeous oval shape. So I picked those up, and some beads I didn't have in my stash, some little 4-hole luster gold smoky topaz quadratile beads just to play with. I have an entire playlist on my channel for multi-hole beads, and I do a little bit of bead weaving and seed beading, but mostly I don't do that. So there's some cool ideas on that playlist. And then she was just a veritable treasure trove for all types of seed beads, every shape, every size, and so I just added to my stash. And if you've been on my channel a little bit, then you have heard me say what workhorses these smaller beads are in design, even if you're not a seed beader. They just make fabulous spacers. They're great for extending the length of anything that you're making. If you have a shorter strand of gemstone beads or even fire polish beads and you need to gain some length, you can match up your color with seed beads and kind of do that, or do a contrasting color, and you can just get a lot more length. So I love that. And then these are so fun. These are silver lined opaque gold, and they are Miyuki bugle beads in a 6mm, and I am thinking to make like a little stringing project with these. I just loved finding those. They are so unique. And Jennifer Wiles, who you'll be introduced to in the video, she is really amazing. She does weaving, makes her own cabochons with the fabric that she actually weaves, so she makes the fabric first. It's really incredible. And she had these little kits for bezeling, and I just purchased one of her little kits that she had pulled together. I just love the colors. Everything was in here, so I'm going to give that a go. And then she had bought out a bead shop that was closing and had an entire wall of pewter. So I just picked out some really cool pewter things. This is a copper plated little cylindrical bead, and then another cylindrical bead but leaf embossed in a gold plated pewter. And I just thought they were just unusual and not the typical thing that I see all the time. Then she had an area with sterling silver, and the head pins were sold in packs of 2s. And if you've been around my channel a little bit, I'm sure you have seen that I will take a head pin, and that is the one and done. It's my beads go on, and I make the ear wire all out of one head pin. And so to get a pair of sterling silver was really fun, because then you're putting high quality metal in your ear, and it's a really easy technique. I can actually put a link to one of those videos where I show how to make your own earring / ear wire, everything with one head pin. Super easy, anybody can do it, and it's really fun, and they sit beautifully in your piercing. And then she had, you'll see in the video, printed out all the charms and all the specialty beads, lampwork beads, and color printouts. And you could just go through and say, I want one of these, one of these, one of these. And then she went on this super organized wall and pulled them out. So I'm a lampwork lover, and I have years back, I don't even know, 15 years ago, I had come across some of these little lampwork fish and done some bracelets with them, and I love them. And she had a few colors of these little lampwork fish, so I picked up a few of those for my stash. And then, as you know, I'm an Italian girl with a long Italian name, Joey Bellistrieri, and I say ciao to all my viewers. And so she had charms of some places in Italy, and I've actually spent some time in Rome, and I have a cousin still living there, and so I got the Colosseum charm in the gold plated and in the copper plated, and I'm just so excited because I'm thinking that it's going to be a charm on a bracelet so that I can kind of see it, and it makes me smile. So I just loved her shop so much. It was so fun. And she has a beading night on Thursday nights. It's like open beading where you just bring a project, everybody brings snacks, and they come and hang out in the shop and socialize and work on whatever they're working on. And Gail and I both were thrilled to do that. And we have another friend that's in our beading group here in Orlando. Her name is Beth Rudy, and if you're a comment reader, I'm sure you've seen her. She's really supportive of my videos. Hi, Beth. We were listening to what Jennifer Wiles was saying, and we said, oh, Beth would come with us to this and do a trip to South Florida. So we may gather up some more people for when we go back, but we thought it was really fun. We also have some friends in Tampa who we don't get to see as much because it's a bit of a drive with the traffic. And so we really were enthused about this shop. It was just amazing. So I'm going to clear this away, and let me show you one more time before I clear it away. Jennifer Wiles Studio. You can take a screenshot, and here's the information, and definitely go on her website. It is shopjenniferwilesstudio.com or jenniferwilesstudio.com, and because she does ship, so what we saw is available to you. And she has her shop set up for in-person shopping to be really convenient, and also for online shopping to be really convenient, and very unique things. And as I said, she told us that often she buys out bead shops that are moving locations or going out of business. So she has a lot of really wonderful things in her shop. So let me clean this away. So we spent hours at Jennifer Wiles Studio, and then we went on from Bradenton to Venice Beach to my sister-in-law's house and had dinner. And the next morning we got up and we did 2 more bead shops. And this is one that I have done a couple of videos on my channel before. It is called Bead Abode, and I can link one of those videos in the description box. Other videos that I have done in this shop. I don't know, I can't remember if I even videotaped, but I did do some still pictures of Bead Abode because I have done a couple of other videos, but they have a mailing list, an email list, so you can get on that and be notified when they have sales or special events in the store. And you can also shop online from Bead Abode, and they are in Sarasota, Florida. So I did the same thing here. They were having a really big sale to kick off the fall. There were things that were 20% off, 50% off. I can't even remember. There were like dots on different things. So Gail and I went through and basically looked for the items that had the sale dots on on it because we weren't really purchasing for specific projects, but really just for our stash and because those were the items on sale. So I just picked up some gem duos on sale. They had some beautiful delicas and, 15-0 seed beads, at least in my area, you can't find them at the craft stores, at the chain stores. They're a little bit harder of a size to find. So I tend to focus on a lot of the 15-0s, and I love the delica 11-0 beads. They're so wonderful for peyote stitch, but with their little tube-like shape, they're also just really fun. They just have a cool shape if you're, even using them as a spacer. So here again, this beautiful blush pink was one of their sale items. I mean, the colors were just amazing, and my friend Gail was in heaven because she is a seed beater, and so she just loved it. So this is the 1 mil. It's a 1 millimeter spacer bead. It's an O bead. I don't know how well you can see through the tube, but I love O beads or the demi rounds. Those are amazing spacers. They have such a cool shape when you string them in between other beads like fire polish beads, even 6 millimeter, 4 millimeter. These just look amazing. So I picked up one of those that was on sale. And then my friend Gail found this amazing bead. I got 3 different colors to play with, and there were 2 in a package for 99 cents, and they look to be a cabochon. They kind of look like a cabochon, but they have a hole that runs through the middle. Let me get a piece of wire. They have a hole that runs, that's not very long. This hole runs right through the middle of the bead. And so we just were fascinated with this little bead, and there were quite a few colors to choose from. And so she's thinking she wants to try seed beading around it. And I said, well, I want to try like doing wire work around it and maybe even a ring. I mean, so I got a few to play with because we just thought that was so beautiful. So that was something that we had never seen before, a cabochon with a hole through the base. And that is the cool thing about bead shopping in person and traveling, is that a lot of times in person you will spot things that if you saw this on a website, it might not even catch your attention. So it's just really fun. And then they have a whole clasp wall and findings wall at Bead Abode, and so I just picked up some of these little bars that you attach like a peyote stitch pattern, and I got a small one and a wide one. And I picked up another clasp that I don't use regularly. I had seen, I think, Jill Wiseman demonstrate these one time. These are the snap clasps. It's a ball and socket clasp. And so you'll start seeing some of those in my videos. And they have a little basket of like metal findings that I can't remember how much it was, but I love wavy disc spacers. And this one is a little bit larger size than what I have in my stash. So I picked those up. And these were on the clearance bin, these gorgeous bugle beads. And look at the color. Oh my goodness. And I'm thinking we're headed into fall, full steam ahead. And this beautiful like Aurora Borealis finish pumpkin color just spoke to me. And I did pick up a little strand of fire polish beads. These were 3 millimeter. And I love these colors. So I was adding to my stash of check glass fire polish beads because I love them. And another little clasp that I just thought was beautiful. It has a sunflower on it. Again, I'm kind of channeling fall. And all of their pewter was 50% off. So I don't know, some of you may remember because I did get a lot of comments. I did a friendship bracelet video, like a grown-up version. And in one of the friendships, I had these little Tibetan pewter flowers that have like a little shank on them, and I put I think 3 or 4 in that bracelet, and they were from a bead shop somewhere that I've had for a million years, and I tried to find them online to link them for you guys. And anyway, I'd already checked out and paid, and I noticed these. At first I thought it was a floral cube bead because of the way they come together on the strand, and then I realized that it's more of that little shank bead. So this could also act as a button closure, make a seed bead loop for smaller bracelets. So anyway, it was 50% off. It was $5 for all of these. So again, when you go in person, you're not only supporting the brick and mortar small business bead shops,
which is great for them, but you find things too. And so months back when I did another video on Bead Abode, my sister-in-law was with me and we were shopping, and they also have an inventory left of Parpuka beads, which are French, bead pattern beads, and they have restructured. And so what inventory is left in bead shops from the Parpuka line is what there is. I don't even know how they're going to sell them now. The lady in the shop was explaining it to me. But months back, my sister-in-law and I purchased the Parpuka beads to do this bracelet. I looked at it and I said, oh, that is going to be a really easy one to do. And after I came home a few months back, I searched all online, found the pattern, and we purchased the clasps at Bead Abode. And so I have to say I was so happy that my friend Gail, who is a bead weaver, was with us on this trip, because this was not easy. And my sister-in-law had never done a bead woven project, so it was really hard for her. And it was hard for me and Gail, and we've done this kind of thing. So if it weren't for Gail, we wouldn't have gotten through it, but we both ended up with a finished bracelet. I put some pictures up of our bracelets. We love them. We were so thrilled, but it was a really difficult pattern. And but they do still have some inventory of the Parpuka, these French beads, if anybody's interested. I don't know if they're what they have on their website, but in store they do have still a pretty good stock. But I guess Parpuka is not going to sell through bead shops anymore, is my understanding. So anyway, we worked on our bracelets at night over a glass of wine, and by the third night, and actually my darling Gail, I had to take a break and go take a shower, and I said, I'm gonna come back, and instead of making a salad, you guys, can I just finish my bracelet? And when I came out of the shower, Gail had finished this whole side of my bracelet and put the clasp on for me. So we were so thrilled to have our wonderful bead weaving friend with us for our project. So that was Bead Abode, and as I said, I didn't do too much there because I had recently been there with my sister-in-law. And if you look in the description box, I will link that video, and their website is www.beadabode.com, and they do sell online. But if Florida's your destination, it's a great place to visit, but if not, you can definitely go to their website. So we left Bead Abode, and not too far from Bead Abode is a wonderful, wonderful shop. You take everything out. It is called Donna's Beads. I will put it there.
Bead shop on this trip. The one we just came from is called Bead Abode, and I did a video on my last trip and saw a beached whale on that trip. But we found another shop that's new to us. It's called Donna's Beads. Let me come around to the front. It looks so delicious and exciting. We're gonna go in and see what they have. Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, I guess,
Nothing like dropping in.
I know, poor Ashley. We're like, we're here to make a video.
yeah, we can go ahead and,
I would definitely be a deer in the headlights.
yeah, just
she's
trying
pretty
to think
calm.
of the best way to approach it.
So you have a little bit of chain, by the foot?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Chain is
And some
sold
leather.
by the foot and leather.
Oh, and some
And-
chatons in the case.
We have a big selection of Preciosa crystals. That's what took over for Swarovski.
Okay, and that is here. Okay, perfect.
Yep. Elegant Elements class, Preciosa bicones, Chinese crystals.
Some large hole beads. Oh, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, and then our seed beads, we carry the full color line of 11O Delica beads. We have some 10Os as well and 11O Hex Delicas. Seed beads, it's going to be a mix of Mayuki and Toho.
Okay.
11, 8, 6s, and 15s.
Oh, here's the hex section. Now, what does the
So
You've got the
the,
sterling and the 14 karat gold true twos.
yes.
Ashley? What does the pink dot mean on the 11, 0, and 8, 0?
Oh, the pink dot, that was just me doing inventory.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
I
is it
can
a
take those off
is it
now.
a secret code?
Yep, that's just me
You
doing
can tell-
inventory to remind myself visually that, as well as what I have on paper, that I did do it.
You can tell that my friend and I are on an adventure because I'm looking for secret codes.
Yeah, so your point in doing this would be more so just like letting people know what's here. We sure do appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, Florida is such a destination for so many
It
people.
is.
And, you know, that's the benefit of YouTube is that the viewers, I'm better than a website because I show them things live and I work with the things and make the things. And it gives them a sense of where they want to put their budget a lot of times. You know,
I've
it
never
helps them.
seen those.
What's that?
The
True Twos, the 2
the
millimeters?
true two 14 karat gold and sterling silver.
Yeah.
When I saw
Yeah,
at
they're-
first when I
they're
saw
like
this, I thought it was
Just-
one piece,
Wow, just
but it's two
Mm.
pieces.
Oh, that is so cool.
And you know, there's probably other knots you could make.
Absolutely. I love interchangeable pieces like that. Oh, that is amazing.
How fun.
It's so beautiful. Awesome.
And so, here's my receipt, which I need to save. So they had these beautiful glass like coin pearls. Gail found these and they weren't that expensive, but they had some lovely colors. So that is the joy of bead shopping with a friend who sees things the same way that you do. We both love them and we both wanted to play with some of the colors. So we bought the strands, and when we got back home that night, we cut them in half. So we each got half a strand of the colors that we wanted to play with, but they are just so pretty. And again, not something that I see that much of. I mean, I hadn't gone searching for this, obviously, but we came across it and we just thought it's just the shape. They're just so beautiful. It's almost like a round pillow, like a little boudoir pillow. It's not really a coin pearl, and it's not really flat. It's just a really unusual, beautiful, beautiful shape. So I got this, what do they call this? It's either chocolate or I don't even know if the color is on there, but that was really fun. And I am just like always adding to my multi-hole collection, my multi-hole bead collection. I love to do rings. I love to do a lot of things besides bead weaving patterns. And so I loved these little paisley check glass 2-hole beads. So I added those. And as I said, from the other shop, whenever I see these O beads or demi rounds, I adore those for spacers. And so I found a silver that I really liked in that. And you know, I also love the geometry in jewelry, and these are 3-hole little check glass bar beads in a copper color, so I added those to my stash. And then they had a little dish at the checkout with little charms and things, and they were 50 cents. So I got this beautiful little pumpkin, and it already has like the little loop, the little end cap on the top. So I'm gonna have another little fall charm. And I always look at lamp work everywhere I go. So this Donna's Beads had a little package. It was only $3 for 4 little lamp work glass pumpkin beads. And aren't they just adorable? And I had totally forgotten about this little starfish dish. This was a little gift from Gail because she knows I always use little dishes in my videos. So I just love that. It's just so sweet. I just love having a new little dish. And so Donna's Beads is also in Sarasota, Florida, not too far from Bead Abode. So if Florida's your destination, you can do them both in one day. They're just a few miles apart. And it's www.donnasbeads.com. www.donnasbeads.com, and they do offer a discount on your first online order. It's 10% off. You have to use code Donna10, and then she was telling me about the shipping. They need to be $25 or more to get the priority shipping, but definitely available to you guys if Florida is not your destination. They also, happy to help you online. Let me clear this away and I'll show you what I got at the last shop.
We just can't help ourselves. We found one more bead shop and it is so cute. We're actually on our way back home. So this will be our 4th bead shop in 3 days. Look how cute the name is. It's a play on words, Not All Beads. Oh, I can't wait to go inside. Oh, it's beautiful. Hi.
Are you the Goodwill ambassador? Yeah.
Hi, baby.
Ruby.
Hi, baby. Ruby. Hi, honey. Hi, precious.
Look, she's like, did you all need help with anything? You're laughing. Uh-oh.
This is our 4th bead store.
Ooh.
We're
From Orlando.
we set
okay.
off on a girls' beading
how
trip.
much fun.
And I have a YouTube channel, so I've been doing videos at all the shops and put and we've had so much fun and we've spent so much money.
Yep.
And we're
That's not a hard thing to do.
and we're supposed to be on our way home, and Gail said, "Oh, isn't there one more?"
Yep.
Like, okay. And I love the store mascot. Are you following me, Ruby? Come on, you can come show. You want to be famous on YouTube? Everybody's gonna love you.
Okay, I did some damage at this shop, and I'm sad to say, you guys, that this is absolutely an adorable shop, but I'm sad to say they do not have a website to purchase online. But if you are traveling to Florida and you want to put this on your itinerary, it's highly worth it. The ladies that own this shop were so lovely. Their little dog Ruby followed me all around the store, and I just loved her. And it's so cute. It's called Not, K-N-O-T, All, like a beading awl, Not All Beads. Adorable, adorable shop. Absolutely wonderful. You could email them, I guess, if you had specific things you were looking for, notallbeads@gmail.com, but they actually don't have a website because they had so many things that there was only one of a kind or 1 or 2 things. And what I got crazy for in there is she purchases from estate sales. And so she had a whole little treasure drawer. Gail and I both went through it, of beads and things that came from an estate. And the woman, most of the beads, the woman back in the 70s seemed to be a beader, but the shop owner said mostly this woman was a hoarder. So she just had things from who knows how long back. So there were several drawers of vintage check glass seed beads. So I got this beautiful, I started out looking, I even said, what is this? Is it a hex bead? It's a little bit of a rustic seed bead in purple, and it's vintage. And they know it's check, but that was pretty much all they knew about it. So I said, okay, I'm going to get those to play with. And then I picked this up and I saw the purple in this with these, it's almost like mermaid glass, but not quite. It's very frosted and matte. And I kept going in that drawer, and they're all these beautiful, stunning. This is a lustrous pink. This one is another kind of a matte frosted in pink, and like a baby pink, but it's got a little bit of variation in the color. and then a dark raspberry, like a rich raspberry pink. And these are all vintage seed beads. Even a little mix here of 11O Delica beads. And then look at these tiny, tiny, they think these are 15Os, but they really had to guess at the size. I mean, these little seed beads are on a strand, almost like a gemstone bead, but they were just so amazing. And they had things you're just never going to see. I have to open this and show you. In fact, I'll use Gail's little dish here. They had things you're just never ever going to see. I mean, we both were just crazy about this. Look at the color in this bead. I mean, they're just iridescent. It's the color plus the AB finish. I mean, it was just so fun to go through, and you're never going to find those beads again because they're vintage and they came out of an estate. The girls in the shop said they just had so much fun with what they bought from the estate. And they just had some really special things. Like they had these little pearl sticks. They have a tiny little hole drilled at the top, and so I'm gonna do like make a little pendant, I think. And then they had these gorgeous little pink dice beads, and so that is definitely going to be the dangle for me on a bracelet. I just think it is so sweet. Gail and I love to play dominoes, so we had been talking about that, and I came across these little pink beads, so I'm definitely going to put those in a bracelet. And then I don't know where to go first. They had bowls of beads and lamp work, which I always dig through the bowls of lamp work beads. Look at these. These are like a lentil bead, and they are lamp work, but they look like the golem beads, and I just love the colors in those. And I got another fish, another pink lamp work fish. I just love the little pink fish, and I just picked out a little barrel bead that I loved in the lamp work. And then this was so cool. These were by the weight. These are not plated. These are solid copper, and they have a multi-strand hole at the bottom, five holes at the bottom of the triangle, and everything feeds up into one larger hole. So I'm thinking bracelet, but that could also like make a beautiful multi-strand necklace, and then do chain or even a seed bead, or even a spiral woven, like handmade chain at the top. So I picked up those, and they weren't that expensive. They were a little over $5 because it went by the weight, because these are solid copper, not plated. So that was just a thrilling find. And then they had a gorgeous section of beaded chain that's all hand wire wrapped, and it was sold by the inch. So I got this beautiful coral and freshwater pearl beaded chain. I think it was $1.50 an inch, and I just got 6 inches just to make a sweet little bracelet just on the days when you just want a little something to wear. So I was thrilled to find that. It's so pretty. And they had this was in the little, they had a little like treasure bin where things were discounted. So they had these little brass flat spacers, which I always add those kind of disc spacers to my stash. And this was also in the vintage bin. These are like that iris aurora borealis, but really long, and even dimensional, like hexagonal little, I don't know if what I want to call them, tube beads, but anyway, I just loved those. And actually, that was what happened to me when I was digging through the drawers. They just looked good, they just look so good with some of the seed beads, because apparently this woman who used to be a beader, her estate had these in it. And then again, adding to my 2-hole stash, I just love the finish on this little 2-hole check brick bead. So I just love the pinks and the finish on those and everything. So I added that to my stash. So that was this sweet little shop called Not All Beads. And again, they don't have a website, but if you're specifically looking for something, they were absolutely lovely ladies. And I know that if you emailed them or called them, they would be happy to help you. So we were actually on our way home, and this was the only shop that we knew was there in South Florida that we hadn't done. And Gail said, there is one more shop. And so we're like, let's go. So this was my treasures from there. It was so fun, and we are planning to go back. And so if Florida is ever a destination for any of you. I can't recommend these shops enough. They are so lovely and so welcoming. We stayed and stayed and stayed, and the ladies just love to talk to us. All of the shops had work tables, so if you were working on a project, if you wanted to hang out and work on your project or needed help, they all had work tables. So we are planning to go back. We're going to invite more of our group this time now that we've scouted it out. And so I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you maybe even learned a new bead shape or a new bead finish. I know I always do. And it's so fun to go with a friend who does a little bit different style of work than I do, because I learn from her the entire time that we're out and about. So I thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all safe and well and having fun on your beading mats. Ciao, creative friends.
I am with my friends on the Venice Pier. It's also called Sharky's Pier. And we're watching the sunset, and the sky is just amazing. The clouds are just amazing tonight as the sun goes down. Here's my girlfriends. We've had the most fabulous
And a
trip.
stranger.
And a stranger that we met on the pier that we really like.
Really nice.
And I'm gonna blow your mind.